Hello, Resurrection. It's September the 6th, and you can probably tell by looking at my desk that it's a little deeper every time I talk to you that we are in the midst of kicking off the program year, the new year for us with our classes and our programming in the church, and we have a million things coming up that we will need all hands on deck for. Thank goodness for Elizabeth Nash, who is not only the parish administrator and our children and families minister, but she is also our Christian Ed director. The DRE, we used to call that Director of Religious Education. And she has found for us a book that I had never read, but have now and really like a book called Walk in Love, Episcopal Beliefs and Practices. And we are going to begin walking through this book, Walking in Love, this very Sunday during the adult Sunday school hour in the parish hall at 9:15. The late church folks will have to come a little earlier. The early church folks will stay a little later, and we'll walk in love. One thing that I really like about our book is that it's set up in little chunks that are not dependent on the last little chunk. So just like Wednesday nights, if you miss one week, it's not going to throw you off for the next week. So you don't have to stop coming because you'll be lost. You'll know exactly what's going on because each little section is standalone. I'll be teaching the first few of these, but several of our folks will be jumping in and teaching as well. I haven't talked to Byron about it yet, but I hope that Byron will. I hope that Monica will. John Schuster is going to teach some for us. Elizabeth is going to teach some for us. And really, just anybody who might want to teach a section, let me know, and we will work you in with that. I think I'll be the primary teacher, but I probably won't be doing half of them. I think I'll have lots of help in doing this. One, to give me a break, but two, that we have people that are better experts on some of these subjects than I am, like John on spiritual gifts and things like that. So I'm looking forward to this class. I think we'll enjoy it, and I think we will all enjoy it together as a big group. So plan on starting that with me this very Sunday. And then tonight we'll continue on with my sabbatical talks on Wednesday night, dinner at 6 o'clock. We break into classes for all ages around 6:30 whenever we get dessert and coffee going. And then, so tonight I'm going to be talking about some fun things that I did while I was in England. Primarily, I could not believe how many of you had never heard of Horatio Nelson. Last week when I teased him about this week, I cannot believe that you don't know who Admiral Lord Nelson was. Just one of the I just couldn't believe it. So I am going to talk about Lord Nelson some tonight, just because I think every Church of England, every member of the Church of England ought to know who Nelson was, and he's one of my heroes. And I'll talk a little bit about him. I'll talk a little bit about Churchill, another hero. I think Churchill should be one of everybody's heroes, as well as Nelson. Nelson is so integral in the history of Britain and the Church of England, actually, in some ways, that we're going to talk about him a little bit tonight. And I'm going to talk about my boats, and I'm going to talk about Navy bases and things like that. I don't think I'll put you to sleep. I think you'll enjoy it, but if I do put you to sleep, it's only 1 week. And then the next time we gather, I'll be talking about probably the last one, and I'll be talking about all of the different cathedrals and holy sites that I saw, places that were meaningful to me, and I think will be to you as well. All of these places we've heard about from England all of our lives. Churches that our church is, 45 years old, 40, 38, 39 years old, and churches in England are 13 and 1400 years old, and we're going to visit a lot of those the next time we get together. We have so many things coming up. Stewardship is upon us, and you'll be hearing from the stewardship committee and from me before too terribly long. We've moved it up a little bit this year because it helps with our budgeting process. We'll also be talking about vestry terms for next year and needing people to run for vestry and all sorts of things like that. We're a small church, and you know what that means in a small church. It means all hands on deck. It means that we don't have the luxury of sitting back and knowing that someone else will take care of it. It's just us, and we do it ourselves. We roll up our sleeves, and sometimes I'm the priest, and sometimes I'm the teacher, but sometimes I change the light bulbs. You would be shocked at how many light bulbs we have a lot of light bulbs in this place, and I also have some great help. If you had to rely on me to do plumbing and electrical work and things like that, we would be in a heap of trouble. But if we had to pay someone every time we needed some of these small jobs done, we'd also be in a heap of trouble. So it really is a huge blessing to your small church when all hands are on deck together. We roll up our sleeves and we get in here together. And I remind you so often that that's what Jesus made us for. He made us to come together in service of Him and in worship of Him. And that's what we do. I'm looking forward to tonight, and I'm looking forward to Sunday, getting back on track and hitting the ground running. And I know that you will enjoy it too. I love you, and I will see you tonight and this very Sunday.